So has there ever been a blog post that you regret? The queen of getting cancelled is here. This is your daily catch-up.
Bow, bow.
Boom.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, depending on where you are. Today we have Wendy here with us. Most of you
Let's
might
go.
Yay. Most of you might know her as Xiaxue, which is also not her real Chinese name. Tell us, what is your real Chinese name?
My real Chinese name is Zheng Yan Yan. Wendy Cheng Yan Yan.
Yeah, that's familiar. Why is that familiar?
Because it's the biscuit.
Yes, the biscuit, yeah.
Yeah, y'all grew up in a different era. You're not scared of her.
Why are you scared of her? You don't dare say.
The first time I know of you, right, was when I was working in this little company called Gush Club.
Oh.
Okay.
We're starting off strong.
But I joined after. the
Okay.
So you brought that company to my attention.
In fact, he joined because now.
Then you said this company needs help, then you apply.
So then there was that, right? Then the other time when Gravity first started, right, where our channel MOSG was called Millennials of Singapore, right? We were piloting this new format, of which Xiaxue created a video to bash.
Roast lah.
Roast. Then I don't know why, right? I just decided I'm gonna DM this person and be like, hey, can we just do a micro documentary on you?
Oh,
and then
right,
I was like,
yeah.
no way she's gonna say yes lah, you know what I mean? But it's just let's make contact lor. And then she agreed. So it was, then when she came to the office, she was like, you make sure the people I attack don't say anything or not there.
Yeah, like very awkward.
Yeah, so the first time I met her, I was so surprised by her because she is actually like very mellow as a person. But so powerful.
I think like people online just like you get braver, you know, so you talk more, talk bigger. But in real life, I'm very scared one. Then like I'm very not confrontational, I guess. Like unless you really piss me off, then I will be. But like usually, if I see somebody that I attack online before, right, then I see the person, I'm like, oh my god, I need to siam. Like, I won't go like, purposely walk up to them and glare at them, and I won't do that.
But have they walked up to you?
Some people are just like, they just like, normally Singaporeans are quite nice.
We're all scared.
Yeah. Everyone just get.
So you've never been like confronted in public before?
I mean, have, but like it's not like through online stuff. It's like like random people in real life, that kind.
Like what?
Like maybe like a drunk person come up to you, hey, you looking at that kind of thing, you know. Like, but it's not nothing to do with online stuff.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't like idea of getting into a fight because I already know I'm gonna lose already. Like I mean, like okay, my arms are shorter than most people. Right, so if I punch you, like I cannot even hit you, then you already hit me already. So like, and then on top of that, like I have like plastic surgery.
Really thought it through.
Yeah, so I'm like, dude, what if you punch me like that? Then my implant goes out of my nose, you know? Like it's like very scary.
Does it work that way?
I don't know. It might.
She never tried before.
Don't take the chance,
Yeah.
Don't take the chance.
So yeah, I can't even do that, like pushing up the nose thing.
The what? You can.
Like the pig nose thing. I cannot. It's very
the
very
pig
hard.
nose.
Like I can't do it. You try like you can, right?
Can I do on you?
No, cannot. It's very tender. So like I cannot.
But does it hurt? Like if you push?
It's just very hard, lor. Then you can't really. This is the max.
I see it. Yeah,
In fact, I can't even put my finger in my nose to dig my nose. I have to use a
that's such a
Q-tip.
deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
Digging my nose is my top 10 passion.
What have you done like to the nose?
Like okay, there's an implant inside. I actually did my nose 3 times already. So like then these 2 things is called the ala. Actually, it's Latin for wings. So the wings of your nose. It is longer, but the surgeon like took out a slice of meat at the ends, like a pizza slice like that, take it out, and then sew it back so that it's smaller. So then the hole also becomes smaller. Yeah.
So do you feel like it's a bit harder to breathe?
No. Still okay. Still
Like
okay.
the hole becomes.
Until it affects air intake, that's how you know you cross the line.
Yes.
When you go to the plastic surgeon, right, how do you know what
you
to
want?
get done?
I just say I want my nose like less white lah, because it was very bulbous and like white,
Right.
like big like that. So I said I want it more narrow. So he said actually it makes sense that if you put an implant, it will already be more narrow because you are pulling it longer ma. So
Forward,
like when you put it forward, then it will become more narrow, but it won't be a lot. So he said that okay, because it's very fleshy around the ala, so he said I can do alaplasty. So he did that lah.
Right.
Yeah. So
Ela is the word sounds so nipply, huh?
Yeah. You're thinking of areola.
Yeah.
is
Came
it
to mind.
ALAR?
This is science, okay? What you think?
Yeah.
I
Latin
mean,
also.
nipply is also.
His nipple is injured.
I feel like if you cannot commit to a tattoo design, right? Like to do plastic surgery on your face is fucking wild.
No, but you can redo it, right? Even if it goes wrong.
Yeah. So I did my nose 3 times.
Oh, it's
Oh,
actually
it was-
less permanent than a tattoo, if you think about
Oh,
it.
you really?
No, tattoo also you can just go and
But we'll have the weird little...
Only for a while.
No, actually you can completely cover
Yeah.
up. Right?
Yeah. Wait, so you did 3 times the nose cause it wasn't up to like satisfaction or?
Okay, so the first time I think the implant went like sideways, like it wasn't straight, so it was like that. So from the front view you can see it was like a bit slanted. Then like after that I went to do it again to straighten it. Then I told the surgeon actually I want it higher. Yeah, so sometimes like nowadays people do nose surgeries, right? They don't do one time because one time you cannot extend the skin by that much. Like the skin around your nose is quite tough. So if you want it like nowadays they want it very high, right? So you cannot like one time like from like 0 become like an 8.
It's like expanding your earlobes.
You need to slowly like do, yeah.
Right.
How did we get here? Denise, what is today's episode about?
No, we're learning so much.
Essentially, it's ask me anything, right?
Yeah.
We'll get to know you better. But I think plastic surgery is kind of like something that people know you've done, right? Quite a bit of. So I think it's interesting, lah. Like I'm curious to know, like, is there any procedure that you regret doing?
Definitely, I think I did my like first like double eyelid surgery like at like some JB clinic. So I have this friend who is like very enthused about plastic surgery, right? So she's like, hey, this surgeon like from China one very cheap. Like, you know, my friend went to do it's quite nice. Then I said, because my eyes like, you know, I draw the eyeliner like freaking long because my eyes tend to be a bit close together. So like I want it longer on the sides like that. So there's this like, then I went to ask my plastic surgeon, can cut the outside or not? He said, no difference when you cut already. Like even if you cut a slit, like it doesn't widen up that much because there's a bone there also, so it affects how what your eyes
Your
are.
eyeball size is your eyeball
Yeah,
size.
something like that lah. Then but that doctor does it, you see. So I was just like, oh okay, should I go and do? Then like just try lor. It's like $300-400 or something like quite cheap lah.
Such
Like,
a red flag, Wendy. You're doing so well in life. What were you
it's
doing?
a proper clinic lah at least.
The heck, half the country follow you on Instagram.
So I decided-
plastic surgery.
Then I just decided to go and do it lor. Then it was horrible. Firstly, there's no effect whatsoever. And then secondly, it was very, 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 very mother of all painful. Like I have very good like pain tolerance. But he did this anesthesia that I swear he poked this needle that was very long into my eyeball. Like it was here.
Stop right there! If you've also been around since before the internet was born, comment down below. I'm a dinosaur! Back to the episode.
Like so it injected it through it and it was so painful. I was just like, oh my god, what the f***? It was so painful. I can say F word or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're
So-
gonna BB lah, but can.
Okay. It was so painful. Then I was just like, oh my god. And the worst thing is, I know that you're just doing one eye, because you do finish this one, you just have to do the other side.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh my god, it's so painful. But after the anesthesia works, it's like okay, numb already lah. Then after surgery, it was fine. But then I had to go and remove my stitches. And then there was this nurse that just couldn't remove it. And it's like so tender, the wound, right? And she was like, ting, 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 trying to take out the thing. And she just couldn't. And I was just like, oh my god, like, can you get somebody else to do it? I started yelling at her already. Like, she's so incompetent, you know? So in the end, like, somebody else did it. Then they managed to remove it. But it was very painful. So it was like, okay, lesson learned. Don't go to a cheapo doctor.
I have a friend also.
Oh shit! I'm gonna tell you the lessons.
Because double eyelid surgery is damn popular, right?
Yeah.
So then I have a friend, right, who also don't know why want to save money. Then she heard that a friend also go to JB. But it's super wretched. I think it's like a few $100 only. What you do is that it's not even a proper surgeon. You go to a hotel room. Then like within an hour, the person will just go in there, meet you at the hotel room.
How with
then
the
just,
scalpel?
I don't know how, just cut. Then,
Yeah. My friend did it
sketchy,
also
sia.
in a back alley in Singapore. Literally a back alley. Like some China lady did it. Then apparently that surgery is very, very easy. So I guess, I don't know. If you're good with your hands, you can try. So what you do is just put numbing
vaccine
cream.
also scared.
And then because the surgery, right, it's not really a surgery, it's just stitching only. Yeah, so basically you take your meat, then you like sort of like fold it like this, right? Then you just stitch off. It's very easy, what? I can also do it, I feel. Yeah.
I should do for you.
And it's not painful because it's very surface, so the numbing cream works fine. Yeah, then they just do it lor. Like, but apparently my friend was very happy with the results.
Oh, learning so much. Learning so much.
I realized there's nothing anyone can say that can convince me.
So when you first went to do the plastic surgery, right, were your parents okay?
No. My mom was like super not happy about it, but I don't care her lah. Like, cause it's
Correct.
something that I've always wanted to do since I was a teenager. Like literally when I was like 13 years old, I already told myself already. I look at myself in the mirror, I said, this big thing in the middle of my face needs to go, man. Like, yeah, so I already knew I was going to do a nose job at that time.
Right. 13.
13.
Then do you talk to your friends about it? Like,
No, not really. And at that time, the internet wasn't very like fast, or you have to use dial-up and stuff, right? So it wasn't like super easy to Google stuff. So I just knew that I wanted to do it lah. Then I heard people go Thailand and do it's very cheap at that time. Yeah, there's no such thing as Korea last time, or Thailand only.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
So after that, then how did you like decide that you wanted to go and do something else again, and then
The nose one, right? The first time round was I was filming a TV show. So I was thinking to myself, at that time I got quite a lot of things sponsored. And it was unheard of that like famous people go and get surgery sponsored one. I was the first in Singapore lah. Cause last time people always just shy away from telling people. They don't admit to it at all. Yeah. So I was just like, I can get like my hair sponsored, why not my nose, right? So I told like the producer of my show like to try ask the surgeons. Then she said, okay, I'll ask the top 3 in Singapore. Then she tried to ask. Then I think at that point the most expensive was Dr. Wolfers Wu, and he said no, and it was going to be on TV, not just my blog. Yeah, so like the second doctor was Dr. Martin Huang, and then he agreed to it. I was like, yay, free.
No wonder Martin Huang suddenly is now
You see?
familiar name.
Smart. Said yes.
Okay, so we backtrack a bit, right? I don't know if there are people that don't know who you are on YouTube, right?
Tough.
Very unlikely.
Why not? The Gen Z, I think they don't know lah.
Yeah, I think initially the way you started blogging first, right?
Yes.
She was there when the internet was made.
Yeah, dinosaur.
So how do you get into
Royalty.
that? How do you get into that?
Okay, so this one is I've always liked writing diaries. So I I wrote diaries when I was a teenager, but then that was because I had the school journal thing, Then I always just write there. But then I'm very lazy to go and buy actual diary book lah. Then I
the one that I'm supposed to write my homework. You're
yeah.
writing
So you can write about your day there. Then it has a date there. Everything is good lah.
Right.
Yeah. So
It's good.
so that time I was dating a guy for about a year. Then when we broke up, I was just like, I don't know, like trying to be romantic or what. Then I just say, okay, you keep this. This is like our memories for the day, for the year lah.
Hey, you're so
Yeah.
sweet.
Then the motherfucker, like I was just like break up a few months already, and then I'm over him already. But I still have other things that I wrote in the diary I want to keep. It's not just about him, right? So I asked him back for the diary. Then he was just like, I throw it away already.
Wow.
Oh god.
Wow, then I'm very angry. Then I was just like, this shit. You know what? I'm not gonna like write it on somewhere that can be lost again. Like maybe I'll just go on the internet and write it lah. And there was this thing called blogger.com at that time. So people were blogging, but they blog about very serious topics one. Like at that time, it was like politics.
Commentary lah.
Yeah, or like, a doctor talking about different kinds of surgeries, like very boring shit, So I was just like, maybe I can just use this for myself. It's just not trying to be famous or whatever. In fact, nobody was famous doing it at that point, except for like maybe Mr. Brown and Mr. Miyagi were one of the first. Yeah, so like yeah, the uncles really. So like I was just like, okay, I try lor. Then I only had 2 blog readers at the start. Like one was like I think my friend, then my best friend, then other one was my poly classmate.
Right.
Yeah, and then I don't know how these 2 people just spread it like.
So those 2 are the real influencers.
God.
I think,
Yeah.
Candace adoption, the 600,000 people.
Then I just saw there was a counter, like I put a counter there. Last time I have to use HTML, to the code and everything, right, to go and put the block skin and all. So like the counter, like how come it's jumping, like who the hell is reading it? Then suddenly within like a week, there were like hundreds of viewers every day. Yeah, unique visitors every day.
But
Then I
you were
was just
blogging about like your daily life.
yeah, just nonsense. Like very, very, very cringe and very childish one. In fact, it's still there. You can go and see.
Ooh.
Like, today I meet this guy. Like, he tell me that he likes another girl. Who is she? Like, like.
Yeah. Of kanina.
Very stupid one. Then I'll just say, let's go and see her Friendster. Is it called Friendster? Yeah. I went to see her Friendster. She's so ugly. Why always like that?
I see why people wanted to read this.
Yeah.
So when you first started blogging, right? Do you know of like the Tammy Tays and the Naomi Neos that were blogging at that time? So
No, they were not blogging.
So you were
lah.
way before.
Yeah, way before them.
Naomi
Way
Neo
before.
is like
OG,
how
real
20
OG.
something.
Yeah.
But Naomi started really young, lah.
True.
Yeah, but still, it's she's like after that one more generation lah.
So
Yeah.
then what was your first post that went viral?
Maybe the handicap toilet one or very
No,
childish
what
one.
happened?
Okay, you
That
know already,
seems to
right?
remember.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
know.
So like I think it was 2005 or 2004. wow, that's so donkey years ago, man. Yeah. I think maybe
15 years ago.
Oh,
You
you're
know
even
that
born.
your photo on Wikipedia, right, is also from 2005.
Yeah, I know. That bastard went to put it there. I don't know who it is.
You can just upload a new one.
I cannot. My page is locked for vandalism and what shit, so I cannot.
It's Xiaxue at the National Library in September 2005.
Yeah, I don't know who took that photo lah. Damn bastard. It's not me lah. So it doesn't belong to me. Then they cannot use my blog photos because that's my copyright. So nobody uses it. So it's my old photo.
Or this how you
Public domain.
Yeah. Yeah. So
The handicap toilet.
handicap toilet. So I blogged about this incident. I blogged about everything that happens in my life lah, basically. So I just said, I went out to eat with my brother. Then he came back from the handicap. He came back from the toilet in the middle of dinner. Then he said, "Hey, very funny. Just now I saw this guy come out of the handicap toilet. Then the handicap person outside scold him, say, why you use my toilet? Like at him like that. Then he just thought it was funny. Then I think my brother very young only, like maybe 10 years old at that time. Then I was just like, what the f***? Like, why normal people cannot use handicap toilet, meh? Like, that was my legit question. Like, you know, like, I never knew in my life, nobody ever told me that you don't use a handicap toilet. So I just was like, especially if handicap toilet is the last cubicle, that kind, then everyone's queuing at the start, right? Then if it's empty, everyone just go in, right? So what is the big deal, yeah? Then I just posted lah. I just said, why this handicapped person like that? Like, go and scold somebody for using the toilet. I think it's free for anyone to use. If you are urgent or what, just knock on the door lah. Then the person will hurry up and come out, right? Yeah. So it's like that lor. Then I just posted it thinking, like I went to sleep, thinking, just another blog post, right? Then it exploded like really like so bad. Like, to the point where Handicap Society had to come out and say something.
Oh God!
Like yeah, and then it went on newspapers in Singapore and Malaysia, because the Malaysian bloggers were also very angry about it. They're just like, then some more I go and add stupid things like, I love using handicap toilet because it's more spacious. It's more spacious. You get your own mirror, like shit like that, you know. Then like, then people are like so angry. Then I was just like, Like they say that it's the same as the parking lot, like handicap parking lot. You should leave it empty. Yeah.
I mean, on hindsight, it makes sense.
Crazy.
It does not lah, John, please. But I just because you parking, you cannot find the person what. Then if the person is inside the toilet, you just knock lah.
Okay.
Yeah, just say hello. I handicap. I really need this toilet. Can you hurry up? Then if the person is like, you know, the person will just probably say, wait. I need to lao sai finish first. Let me wipe finish. You know, then they will come out already. So I don't see what's the issue. But I guess one of the arguments was that sometimes they cannot control their bowels very well.
So your route to fame started with a negative article.
Not really. It started with some
More people agreeing, or they were like upset at you?
As in like that went viral, but the blog's popularity became like featured on newspapers and stuff like that.
Right.
Before that, so it was good. Yeah.
I'm just thinking like I can't remember how things used to go viral back then, because like Facebook wasn't big yet, right? So where were people sharing it? Like
blogs. Like they would write it on their own blogs.
So they will blog about your blog.
Yeah, so other bloggers were blogging about this article.
They would link it.
It was back in the day where you would memorize the URL of your favorite blogger and you would type it and then go to that
Bookmarks
site.
lah,
And then bookmarks for sure. And then other bloggers will have all the links to all my friends' blogs as well.
Oh yeah,
the
sidebar. Yeah.
Click. Yes, okay.
So has there ever been a blog post that you regret?
I'm
Top
sure
5.
lah. Some of them are very cringe lah. Like, you know, like there was once, I don't know what got into me, but like I just decided to blog about the like most disgusting like looking like bloggers in Singapore or something like that.
I know that one.
I don't know why. It was so mean. Like
Shameless.
I was just like, like, you know, sometimes it's just because like sometimes people will say this blogger very hot. Then I'm just like, hot meh? Like, I just wanted to say it, you know. Then I posted like top 7 most disgusting like bloggers. That included like Stephen Lim and stuff like that. Then I was just like, after I finished, I was people are like super upset about it.
Was there any like when you kind of like spark some drama with somebody else, right? And then you're kind of like have to like go back and forth. Have any of them ended up becoming like your friends?
Like this one,
But that one not big.
Small drama.
That one not big.
have lah. I think have lah. Like last time I didn't like Dikosh.
Okay.
So now
Then
we're
how did y'all
friends.
But you're also similar if you think about it.
In a way, yes. Yeah. So like because he posted about me. And I think he wasn't like shy about saying that it was totally for the views also. Then like really irritated with this guy lah. Like, you know, suddenly come out of the blue, this YouTuber, you know. Then then I think he was working at Night 7 and he was friends with Ross Lee. And she said, actually you should get to know D. I think you will like him. Like, you know.
Right.
So then I said okay lor, like because it's been so many years already. So after that, when we met at some events and stuff, then we talked and hit it off lah. So it was okay.
Then have you ever spoken about that incident?
Not really, because it was such a small thing. Like it wasn't anything to really talk about that much. Yeah. So it was okay lah. In fact, I can't even remember what he said. It was so long ago. That was when he really just started only. Yeah.
So I think another thing that a lot of people know you for is like the Click Network series, right? Which is Guide to Life, right? How did that start?
Oh, okay. So like Julian is the like boss of Click Network. So she created the whole channel, right? She said to me that she wanted to do a TV like reality show that's sort of like centered around my character. And so, but I didn't have any experience like hosting or like doing TV. I was still very shy and I mumbled a lot like last time, to the point where like MediaCorp had to send me for like voice lessons.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, because I couldn't enunciate properly. I was not very confident. Yeah. So, but she saw the potential there, I guess. So she started asking me whether I wanted to do a TV show, the one that I did my nose. Yeah. So I said yes to her. But then she disappeared on me for like 3 months after that. Oh. Then I was just like, this bitch like super like waste my time, right? So like, and then it turns out that she had like really bad appendicitis and almost died. Like her appendix ruptured lah, okay?
Also, she
like,
told you not to do that.
So she was sick for a while, and then after that, when she recovered from the surgery and everything, then she was like, hey, let's continue this. Then I was just like, is it actually going to happen? But it actually did lah. She made it happen. Yeah. Then after the TV show ended, it was very controversial. So at that point, I think I posted something that was ultra controversial also.
As you do.
Yes. So at that point, okay lah, that controversial thing, to cut it very, very short, there was this US Marine who was accused of raping a girl.
Oh God.
Yes. So he was only wait for it. Okay, that's the ending one. So he's only 21 years old, right? And I saw his photo on the newspaper. I said, this guy is very handsome, eh? Like, you know, okay. First, I know that handsome people can rape people, okay, but I was just like, is he a rapist? Okay. Then he apparently raped a girl when he was like in Philippines, for, you know, the Marines fly there for training and stuff. Yeah. Then I read about the case, and I just felt like there were a lot of very, very suspicious points. Firstly, that girl has a boyfriend. She still went overseas, like another part of Philippines, had to fly there with this group of Marines, okay, to party. And then after party already, they had sex in the car, in the van, the back of the van. There was a condom used. And then like, there's a driver literally sitting at the front seat, okay? And he didn't hear any commotion or like resistance from her. And then, there were a lot of suspicious points. Then I posted about it. I just said I didn't feel that this guy was a rapist, that, right? Well, people very angry with me. They are like, oh, you need to believe the victim, blah, 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 right? Well, I got cancelled like so badly for it. And then, right, I was so angry, okay? I tell you, I swear to God, I was so angry. Okay, sorry. Like, 2 or 3 years later, the poor went to jail, okay, for a life sentence or I don't know what shit lah. Like, okay, 20 years, yeah, for rape, right? Suddenly she come out and say, actually at that time I lied.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was like, I'm like super vindicated, but everyone forgot about it. They already cancelled me already, it's over. You know what I mean? So because of that, right, the controversy of that article, right, they didn't want to renew my TV show for a second season.
Right.
Yeah,
what was your TV show called? I don't remember your TV show.
It's called Girls Out Loud.
I do remember your TV show. Okay.
Yeah, so they didn't renew for a second season. Then Julian said, never mind, let's do it online. Like, because YouTube was just starting at that time. So she said, let's put it just online. Then we can do whatever we want. Yeah. So she started like Guide to Life.
If you all don't know Julian, right, she's widely considered as the godmother of Singapore's YouTube. She single-handedly brought millions of Singaporeans away from television and into YouTube.
Right. Yes.
Like she couldn't churn content fast enough. Yeah, it was sick.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How many times you think you've gotten like attempted cancelled?
Too many to count, I think. Really.
But you've always somehow bounced back though. Like, do you feel like, does it still faze you when like things like that happen?
It kind of does sometimes. Like there was once I think I posted about my support for like PAP back in the 2000.
Run for Lightning, I remember that one.
Yeah. Don't know what Lightning.
Run for Lightning, you went.
So it was like people were so passionate about like WP. They were very, very upset lah. And then like, I remember coming home and I saw this guy holding a DSLR, like taking a picture at me. Like of me, yeah. And it was like the flash went off. That's why I noticed him.
At your house?
Yeah, he was hiding behind a car.
Oh.
At my house, downstairs in my car park. Yeah, so I was just like, what the hell? Like, and that really just freaked me out a bit because there were death threats of people posting my actual address. Actually, till today, right? Even if you search my address, you can. Like, it's on Google. It's still there. Like, literally, search Xiaxue address is there.
No.
Yeah.
The SEO so good.
Why haven't you moved?
I didn't lah, but there's a CCTV at the outside my house there. Okay, so just so you know, don't try anything funny. Yeah.
But now they know where the CCTV is.
I hid it.
Oh my god, it really is the first.
Yeah, so my car plate, my address and stuff. And people were saying they're coming to my house to, destroy my things or, beat me up and stuff like that. And so that was probably one of the first few times that I really actually felt scared. And for a while, I was carrying this weapon with me. Cause
Oh, shit.
yeah, it's a legal weapon. Like, my friend went to buy it for me because he was very scared for my safety. So it was this very heavy torchlight that has ridges at the edge of
Right.
it. And it's very, very bright. So what happens if you see an intruder or whatever, you just turn on the torchlight. It's like this button at the end. So you press it and then you shine them in the eye. And then they just like that. Right?
Blinds them a
Then
bit.
if they still attack you, then you use the thing to jump them.
Right.
So I was just like, okay,
That's gonna
I'm
become
carrying it around.
Ayo. In self-defense.
Yes.
Self-defense.
You buy 2 for maximum
Yeah.
protection.
So if you want to attack me, you wear sunglasses. That thing no more battery already.
Give me all these
Don't do
tips
it.
for everyone.
But every time, I mean, before you press post, right?
Do you think
You are thinking of
I
it,
do.
right?
Except for the handicap toilet one, that one I really never think.
yeah,
But
yeah.
most of the time after that, it's not like I will know lah, like agak what pisses people off. But sometimes you cannot really guess. Sometimes you're just confused, as in why you so upset, kind of thing. But most of the time, if
So
it's,
only
I feel
your livelihood was destroyed, what?
yeah, true. What do you mean?
Has there been anything that you didn't end up publishing because you were like, actually, no, this is way too much?
Ooh.
I doubt it.
Have
I feel like you have
like-
watered down.
a bit lah. Like, okay, there was once that I posted. Okay, so most of the time the comments would be 70% good, 30% bad, maybe something like that. There was once I posted about, I think it was the fappening.
Right.
Oh, okay.
What are
I mean, I don't
very
remember.
excited,
No.
ah? Okay. So
You're
like,
very loyal follower of your blog.
it's not my blog. It's a big event.
Yeah,
where, like,
it was the leak, the
The leak.
iCloud leak of all the news,
Oh.
then all the
Oh.
celebrities.
Yeah, then you're letting on too much.
yeah,
Oh, I mean,
with Jennifer Lawrence leaks
Goddamn
and stuff
Jennifer
like that.
Lawrence.
So
really?
Wait, you posted about it or you kena?
I posted about it first.
Oh, okay,
Then the comments were instantly 90% bad.
What do you
Right.
say?
Yeah, what do you say?
I just said something.
She brought people's attention to it, lah, right?
No, I never. I didn't. I just say that no sympathy for these girls who thinks the photos leak lah. If I take a photo that is nude and I'm famous, I just expect it to leak law. And if
Right.
it leaks lah. You get what I mean? So. Why need to feel like they're so poor thing like that?
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
don't take the photo lah.
Okay, okay.
Right? So but people feel that it's
Invasion
Yeah.
of privacy or that lah.
yeah, something like that. But
Okay.
I mean, to me, I feel like if I take it and one day it leaks, right? No.
Right.
I have nobody to blame but
But
myself.
after you
I
post
won't.
that, it must be so scary for your husband.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Every time you have sex, you'll be like,
with you.
No, right. But
Can I
yeah,
have sex in front of the house?
I don't know. That was somehow very, very controversial. But I was like, okay, this is too much to deal with. I just remove the post. Maybe later I go and edit. Then I never bother going to edit.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But for you, it's a strategy lah, right?
It is not
As
It's
in
not.
to create that content.
I'm not purposely one because most of the time I just feel very strongly about a topic and I want to share my thoughts.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know also because I follow for example when you go and deep dive and research and expose people, right, the SG chicken rice kind of thing, right? Do you do all the research yourself?
The SG chicken rice one, no.
So it's people send you, then you
Yeah.
compile lah, and then you
Yeah, I
piece it
actually
together.
posted about this, but I got say that one was not done by me. That one was done by my manager.
Right.
Yeah, she was very into this, my friends and stuff. Yeah,
But how do you research? How do you decide? I'm going to expose something
I feel that it's 精爆 lor, people need to know, kind of thing. People will be interested lah.
Do
Yeah.
you know, I spoke to them and it's pronounced chicken. Kick ah?
Chicken.
I thought it was
yes.
chicken rice.
Oh, why ah?
Don't know. Maybe you try me funny. I don't know.
Fucking Gen Zs.
I just want to round off with because actually I went to see your YouTube, right? Then you also never really post. So what have you been doing and what are you planning to do?
Okay, I'll try to post more, but to do a video is a lot of effort, So it's sometimes I'm very lazy. Actually, unmotivated as a person. Like to me, like I'm just very, very lazy and like I cannot be bothered to do anything. Like if you ask me, I'm very happy to whole day just like go out with friends, stay home, play with Dash or like whatever, right? And just spend my days like that, not doing anything about my career or like my work or like whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So unless I'm very motivated, right? So as I just now I said, right, like I get very passionate about these topics that I really feel like I want to say my piece about. Then I'll go and actually write it. Yeah. And if I'm passionate about it, I can spend like 2 days just writing the script, consulting like my lawyer friends, like, doing research, this and that. But if I'm not, most of the time I'm just lazing around. Right. Yeah.
Goals.
Yeah, it's like very bad. Because I'm not motivated by money, I'm motivated by like this righteous indignation.
Yeah. Like you said this thing once, which I thought was really empowering, yet at the same time vulnerable. Like you said that, I like attention. So I do it to get attention. And I thought it was like taking control of who you are as a person, but yet at the same time, such a vulnerable statement to make.
I think not referring to these controversial like posts, because I feel that like that attention part is more like, I like putting myself out there because I get attention from my followers and validation from them as well, right? So it makes me feel good as a person. It's not that I don't like the attention or like the attention. It's more like really I just wanted to write my point of view. And I think that if you're not passionate about that point of view, right, there's no way you'll be able to write a good article and people can tell anyway. It will just be a very neutral, watered down piece. So most of the time it's like genuinely I have a very strong feeling about it. Like, because like for example the nudes one is just like everyone was saying the celebrity so poor thing. And I'm just like, maybe has it occurred to you that some of them actually purposely leak it also? Like, like I feel that Kim Kardashian did that. I don't know.
Yeah.
With
like,
Ray J.
But that was not the happening.
It was not lah. But who knows whether the happening people also, maybe they don't mind. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, because I feel you will never know what. Like to these celebrities, maybe they really need the attention spotlight to be on them.
Yeah.
Like for a while. So maybe that's a strat. And people like willingly do it on OnlyFans anyway. So yeah, maybe they're proud of their bodies. I don't know.
Then what about like for like the Guide to Life series? Was there an episode that never aired?
Ooh.
Don't have leh.
Or everything?
It was okay, I think.
Or what about like was there like a favorite episode or experience that you had filming that series?
Wow, I cannot remember leh, because there's so many episodes that documented. Like I think there are 200 over episodes. I think.
My favorite one was when you did the makeup to be the
Sanho.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
I thought it was the whose wife.
That was so good.
Yeah,
Kong Hee's wife.
Kong Hee's wife.
The other guy, the Malaysian PM, the ex-Malaysian.
Oh, that one is on my. That one's on my own
Yo, that was so
channel.
funny as well.
That was another one.
Top class.
That was funny.
Top class makeup.
I don't even remember what happened. Like sometimes it's like the topics are like so random, Like one day I was just telling Julian like, hey, everyone say I look like this fucking Sanho, like how like, like
China wine.
yeah, and then like she was just like, really? Then I said I'm very angry about it. Like, I don't think I look like her lah. Do I look like a horse? Cause everyone says she look like a horse. So like then she was just like, I don't know. Why don't you do a makeup tutorial to look like her? Then we can see. I was just like, okay, let's try that.
Then you
Yeah.
realize the moment you wear a wig, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. Then the moment I put the makeup, I have to put the makeup halfway on lah. I was just like, like everyone says I look like her. I'm very depressed. Then after that, I do halfway. I was just like, I look like her. I really look like her, like so much. Then I was just like, oh my god, this is very, very depressing lah.
Did she say anything?
Never. But she blocked me on Instagram.
Oh shit.
Okay, that's the least you could have done lah. That's the least.
Because you know why? I damn troll. Every time my photo has a horse, I will tag her. Then I think she's very angry.
Wonder why she blocked you.
Yeah.
Then the Rosma one, when you did the Rosma one, you got scared. You got like ask a lawyer to see.
I did because I think like to a certain degree it involves race or religion, like so,
Right.
and plus another country also. So I think there's always been this rivalry between like Singapore and Malaysia. So I just was a bit scared lah. Then we just try very hard to like stir clear of like any religious mention. So but I have to wear the tudong because she does,
Yeah.
right? But then I was so scared of doing it. I just like randomly
One
just
scarf,
like put some like a mess looking scarf and try not to talk too much about it, like stuff like that. Yeah.
That was so funny though. That was like
Yeah.
the funniest shit.
Yeah, I stayed at home for a week after that. I was very scared. I was just
Oh, you
like,
had so much support from Malaysia. Do you remember?
no, only the not really.
Really? I remember
Yeah.
the comment section was like, I'm Malaysian. I
No,
thought
the
this is
Malaysians will
hilarious.
say things like they were very angry because they were just like, we can insult our politicians, but not Singaporeans. Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of race and the law, so I
Oh.
think your most recent big controversy was the police report that was lodged against you for comments you made in 2010.
Oh, right,
So it was
yeah.
I mean, 10 years apart, the police report
Yeah.
and what you said.
That was my biggest cancellation, I guess.
You want me,
What
to,
happened, ah?
you want me to read out what you say?
No, cannot. Hey, we'll go to jail Better not.
Oh, yeah.
You will go to jail so powerful.
I don't know.
What the
Like,
heck was written?
I mean, I
tell
got
John now.
investigated what? Like,
Yeah. We can give you enough hints to find it for yourself.
Yeah. But basically, they were saying that it was anti-Indian sentiment.
I see.
yeah.
This way.
Sure.
It's really quite extreme. No, so as a result of that, right, you
It
were...
was not extreme back then when I posted it. Nobody gave a shit.
Right.
It's the context
It's
of that
like,
time.
at that time, nobody cares about this kind of thing.
Wait, why do you say this?
It was in reply to somebody who asked me why I don't like Bangladeshi workers.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but it's true. There was a generation, like even my parents' generation, like they just refer to them as Bangla, and it's just
Yeah.
socially
It's
acceptable.
very
then.
normal at that time. Yeah, I think I used the word like tranny, sorry,
Yeah.
mean it, just as an example. Like, yeah.
Oh,
In
so
the last decade.
Yeah.
Like, please don't cancel me again, but like, at my era when I was teenager, everyone used that word. So like,
Yeah.
I didn't even
It's
know
true.
that it was supposed to be a slur.
This example thing is really such a primary school thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an example shit. You know, like,
Yeah,
I'm not
example,
saying the bad
like,
Was this the worst in terms of because there were sponsors that were publicly pulling out?
yeah, it was definitely the worst.
But that's the worst thing that happens to you when you get cancelled lah.
Uh,
Money lah.
The rice bowl?
But
No,
that's a joke,
actually
ma.
no. I think that the worst is that money is quite bad.
Yeah.
But it's also seeing how people around you react to it. I feel
Like the people close to you. Like what?
like whether they are supportive or they just like siam you during that thing. Then it just makes you feel like wow, like
Right.
like that one so you are like that lah.
Right,
like, it's
right.
disappointing.
But say because if your opinions are certainly strong about something, right, and then they disagree, is that not something that you expect?
then it also makes me feel like, am I really a bad guy? Which makes me also feel bad. Like,
Right.
and I just feel like, okay, then it becomes a separation of ways already. Like, you cannot accept me for who I am. And you really genuinely believe that I'm a racist person, right? Like,
Right.
you are my
Right.
friend for so long, you should know me, right? So, like, but now just because of a tweet from long ago, you believe that I'm a bad person, like evil person, that to the point where you cannot even try to nudge me in the correct direction, right? So then it's like, okay, then it feels like a breakup.
Right.
So in a sense, yeah.
I remember you made some comments that I thought was fucking hilarious about this sponsor that pulled out, but actually they never pay you or anything. They
Or
just,
they never work with you for damn long
they
already.
just sponsor like.
Oh, the neon sign. Yeah, fuck the neon sign, man.
Do you remember that? Shit?
they tried to say that they cease relationship
Yeah,
with you and all,
yeah.
but they only work with you once or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
damn stupid. There's this person I was like trying. It was COVID time so I tried to do up my house. Then I saw Jian Hao had this neon sign that said Titan Media. Then I was just like, hey, I also want. So I emailed the person. Then I was just like, hey, you do the neon signs. You want to work with me or not? Like, I don't mind putting you as part of my sponsors for my new room decor thing lah. Like, lazy to go and pay for it lah. And okay, actually I wasn't lazy to go and pay for it. I don't mind paying for it because it's only $100 or whatever. But I'm very lazy to go to Taobao and talk to that person in Chinese, go and liars to put what and shit lah. So I was just like, this person is doing it. I'm sure she's not even manufacturing the sign. She's just doing the orders. She's basically ordering it from Taobao, but doing the design, which one you want, but in English, and she translate and tell the person, right? So like that, then she earned her money. Then it's just very small company, one person only. Then after that, then they sponsor me that stupid thing. Then I was so nice, I didn't have to post about it. A post, like a sponsored post, is a lot more expensive than the stupid sign is worth. But I actually posted on IG about that stupid neon light. Then after that, when the controversy happened, he came out to come out with post saying we do not agree with what Xiaxue said. We are not associated with her. Just like fuck you, seriously. Your neon sign. Just own self go to Taobao and buy
So opportunistic though.
Returns, I remember
Yeah.
that.
I was just like, what is your problem, man. Because the other sponsors that were like dropping me were like big names, and they had to because people were
They were
emailing.
pressured to,
Yeah.
yeah.
But who the are you? This one man show. Like, stop it,
Jason.
I'm so angry, you know.
But so because of this saga, in the end, like Click Network also stopped working with you, right? Can you share a bit about that?
Okay, so Click Network, right? I think it was a very tough time for them also because they also had to come out with their own like statement. And Julian has told me that she doesn't really agree with what I posted on Twitter, but we're still friends, right? But it's just that like she also understands it's from long ago, but she was also very, very pressured into this thing lah, because like everyone was emailing her and stuff like that. And so actually, but we talked about this, and then she said that actually it's getting harder and harder to get ads also because like it's quite expensive to sponsor an episode. Like if you want to shoot an episode, right, it costs money ma. Like even I'm sure you all know also, right? This setup, renting the studio, the staff, you know, the lighting, all this, and editing. It takes a lot of manpower and time to do an episode. And in order to sustain this, you need to get sponsors to pay for it, right? So if you don't get clients for a long time, then what is the point of continuing this?
Yeah.
Then you are just burning money the entire time, right? So in a business way, I understand where she's coming from. And then we said, okay, like let's stop Guide to Life for a while, because after the cancellation, it's going to become hard to get sponsors for a while at least, right? And then we'll just keep burning money, so no point lah. Then we just stop it. But we start it again lah in future. It's not guaranteed like 100%. No.
Ooh,
Yeah.
what a tease.
Yeah, but no plans to for now lah.
So on the note of like losing friends, maybe
Sure.
you've lost two of your closest friends like publicly, right?
Who?
Back then,
Which ones?
according to Mothership, is
What?
Choo Choo and KK.
Oh right, okay, yes.
Yeah. So what was that like? Because it was such a public thing, and then you all also like were going back and forth for quite a
Yeah.
while.
Oh, Kiki's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, all your name is two of the same word.
Yeah, that's
your
why.
Chinese name also.
Yeah, right. Like whether I'm like sad or stuff. It was lah, and to a certain degree, I feel bad that it was so public. Like it should have been kept like private, and I think things would have been a lot better. Like friends would have just drifted apart and stuff. And I think it was also a lot of unfortunate timing, miscommunication. But if we had not been public figures, then that would not have happened also. So it was just a lot of bad things happening at once lah. After the whole thing happened, we met up, and we had a session where everyone was like, you know, yelling at each other for a bit,
Oh,
crying,
shit. Wow.
crying
These things
for a
actually
bit.
happen, ah?
Yeah. Then after that, we kind of came to a consensus where we're like, okay, let's just stop. Like we will not post about each other again, and if we see each other again, let's just be adults, like say hi, smile, or like whatever. But we don't have to be friends, but we don't have to be enemies either. Like that lor.
Oh, such a matured conclusion.
Communication.
But
man.
it was childish before that. Like.
Yeah.
Do you think like personally you ever want to be close to them again?
No.
Why?
And I'm sure they feel the same way, because I no longer trust that they won't do anything to harm me, or that they want the best for me.
Adult friendship is like that, right?
Yeah.
There's just no point.
I think at the very least, you expect your friends not to try to hurt you lah, purposely. Yeah. You know, from their heart, they want good things to happen to you. Like, that's what you expect from a friend. With people that you don't think like are like that, you shouldn't be friends with them.
Kiki, if you're watching this, wondering why I'm not saying something, because I forgot what happened. I don't know what they're talking about.
KK's welcome to be on the show.
The KK and Juju, they are two separate issues lah. So
okay.
like, yeah.
Does your son know about all of this?
No, he doesn't.
You know,
He's
I
still
was
too
so
young.
surprised. Like your son is so big now.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a fucking gap, right? When he was a baby, I see him as a baby, and then my pet is there, by the way. And we're like looking at her, baby's so cute, then bam, f***ing grown ass person there.
Yeah, I know, right? Everyone's like, what the hell?
His birth and everything was very public, right?
He was on the
yeah.
news also. He's a $50,000 baby and all.
Oh yeah.
Sponsorships.
Oh.
Did you consciously choose like that for him? Because like, you know, a lot of parents like, or like influencer, like basically public figures, right? A lot of them might be a lot more protective of their children or that.
To be honest, I never thought about it. I never like really considered like, should I make it public or not, kind of thing. When he was born, I was just like, it seemed so natural to me to share everything about my life, so I did. And at that time, I think other people also got share their kids lah. So I saw it as a very natural way to do things. I mean, I'm not Angelina Jolie or what. Why need to hide? Like, you know.
Yeah.
So like, I didn't think too much about it. And then I just was like, I don't know lah. You're not a proud mom. You're just like, look at my baby, so cute.
Yeah.
Like, see, are you looking? You know, kind of thing. Like, so I was just like, yeah.
Never see I hope again.
Yeah. So I was a bit like that lah. Yeah.
Then how has it affected his life? Like, my mother is Xiaxue leh.
Okay leh. I think he's still a bit too young to really understand.
Is he still too young
How
to
old is he?
understand?
He is 9.
Okay.
Yeah, still too young lah. Yeah.
Okay. So his friends don't.
I don't
know
think
lah.
so. No. Yeah.
But what if one day he asks you like, can you take down all my photos?
No lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he will have a social media tendency?
Right now, from his character, I think no leh. Yeah.
He's very introverted.
Not say introverted lah, but like just not really that sort of person.
Right.
Yeah.
Not
Don't
expressive.
share, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like one last thing, because like you mentioned about like the latest controversy being like kind of the worst cancel moment, right? Do you feel like you've kind of recovered from that moment so far, or like how far away do you think you are at?
I think more or less recovered in a way that like people are no longer really talking about it, but some clients are still not back yet. Like, you know, like they are, or maybe they won't come back because I feel nowadays, okay, to be fair, I feel like this woke movement has gone less already now. Like maybe people are sick of it or like whatever, but or maybe because like Trump's no longer president and like fanning the flames of this whole thing, right?
TBC in about 1-2 years time.
He united the woke crowd.
Yeah. So in that sense, I think it's better now. But like I think that a lot of clients are like international clients, like American clients especially, they are more scared.
Wow, the American clients know about your controversies, you think?
Yeah, because the people go and email the international side.
Oh.
Yeah, the haters. Yeah, because otherwise the Singapore one, maybe they don't really care.
Do you feel like you would ever stop like being on social media?
That one I don't know leh.
Like,
I don't think so.
you've
I
thought
don't think
about
so.
it? Okay.
I don't think so. Because I feel like I still need the attention, the validation. Like,
How come
So
you
interesting, what the heck?
How
So
come you never
self-aware.
really move to TikTok?
Because I'm a boomer and it's hard for me. And also, as I said, not very motivated. If I'm more
Right.
motivated, I will.
Yeah.
Then TikTok very cringe. Like I don't get the humor, you know. Like I know I sound very boomer when I say this, but I just really don't get TikTok humor. Like sometimes.
So
Like,
when's the
It's damn
last
strange.
time you went on it? It has changed.
okay lah. I mean, yeah, I know that there's many different types of content. Like last time I went on it lah.
Last time was the dancing shit lah, right?
Yeah, I hate all the dancing
No,
shit.
past that, no more
No,
dancing
at
shit
this
already.
point, John Paul is thinking of starting
Still
a
have
TikTok.
dancing shit lah, please.
Wait, now like less than 10% is dancing shit. At least on my feeds like that.
Yeah
It's
lah,
very
because you don't like it,
educational, you know?
what? Because you don't like it, so
Right.
you never see.
I don't like any,
Hey,
actually.
please, all the ding ding dang dang ding dang still
It's
have.
actually now like what you described the blogging world to be before you join.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People educating like one doctor, one lawyer.
Oh my God,
And
we've come,
then really
you
sharing
about-
about their day. Actually, people are blogging
Yeah.
on TikTok now.
we've come full
What
circle.
are you all talking about? Like where got really man?
Yeah, like
need
the
to fix
best
your
ones are like the
algorithm.
story time
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Story time.
Yeah, the best type. Yeah, the best kind is like I want to fix my lava lamp. My lava lamp broke.
Oh my god, I'm following that story.
I know. It's so intense. It's so intense.
About a lava lamp that broke.
The lava lamp was too cloudy.
It's like
the water.
together. Then someone is saying, isn't this what lava lamp is supposed to be? But it's not. Okay, anyway.
Denise
So is it
keeps us
fixed or
young.
not?
Denise is very young.
I'm very invested in this now. Is it fixed or not?
No, she got another one.
This story
That's how I fell
sucks.
off the wagon. That's how I fell off the wagon.
Yeah, but anyway, we're moving on to Xiaohongshu now. So
Oh really?
Okay, noted,
I thought Xiaohongshu is like Pinterest like that.
yeah, it's Pinterest mixed TikTok.
Oh.
Right.
See?
Booming by.
Okay, so thank you for watching today's episode, and thank you very much, Xiaxue, for joining us and sharing with us.
Thank you.
See you in the next episode. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.
Bye.
John Paul can't wave because his nipple will hurt.
Nice.
What happened to your nipple?
He's wearing nipple tips.
As in, what happened to it?
Abrasion.
As in, to the point it's bleeding.
No, not
Oh
bleeding,
my
but
god,
pain.
I thought there was a myth. It was in the office, remember?